Plaintiff Mike Brunn says he was good friends with the defendant, but she turned out to be a lying, conniving, deceitful scam artist. Mike claims the defendant conned him out of nearly $20,000. And although he got $10,000 back after pressing fraud charges, she still owes him $9,800, so he's suing. Defendant Teresa Bouvier Nguyen Abrams says she's well off financially and does not need to scam Mike for money. And she is the victim in this case. Teresa insists Mike wanted to partner with her to sell her jewelry, but instead he stole the jewelry, so she's countersuing.
All right, start with you.
I've seen your show, Your Honor. I know you've been around the block a couple million times.
Couple million, you're about right.
And I guarantee you've never seen such a lying, conniving, low-down, deceitful con artist as what you're going to see today.
Must be pretty low if I haven't seen it.
Hey,
go ahead.
This lady'll do anything to anybody for money. In fact, she even tried to make a mockery, Your Honor, no disrespect, of your courtroom before she got here. She tried to con you.
All right.
She called 3 of my friends and offered them each $10,000 if they would lie and make up false statements about me for this show.
Where do you get that information
Right
from?
here. Right here.
See it?
Judge must be over there.
Right.
I'm ready.
How do you know her?
You can read
How do
that
you
to
know
everybody.
the defendant? Pardon me?
I bet the courtroom would love to hear that.
All right. But I'll decide that. That's what I thought you said. Read that to me, Your Honor. You'll have me something tell me to read it out loud. Go ahead, sir. How do you know the defendant?
I know this little devil lady from auctions,
Stop
Your Honor.
the name
I was
calling. Go ahead.
okay. I was retired school teacher, 6 years now. I started trying to make a little extra money in the auction business. That's where I met her. We became good friends, Your Honor. I trusted her, but she scammed my bank accounts for $20,000.
All right, let me allow her to get some background, then I'll allow you to get into the specifics. Go ahead, ma'am.
The gentleman, he a king liar, a super liar, a pathological liar. I am a victim, and he scammed me, and he set me up all the way.
That's a lie.
I buy hundreds of $1,000 auction after auction, art and antique, and I have all the receipt here. I do not need money from him. I never borrow money from him.
Plaintiff Mike Brunn says he was friends with the defendant, but she turned out to be a deceitful con artist who scammed him out of nearly $20,000.
Sir, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Tell me what happened here.
She came to me and wanted me to loan her $17,000. I said,
For what?
impossible. To get this jewelry out of a pawn shop that she had in pawn, and then she said she had a buyer for $50,000, and I said, absolutely not. She hounded me for weeks, Your Honor, until finally she comes over, and right when she comes in, she puts her cell phone on speaker, and this lady on the other end says, Teresa, I have the $50,000 cash right in my hand. Do you have the 15 pieces of jewelry for me? And Teresa said, well, hold on. So she turns to me and says, if you could just loan me $10,000, Mike, I'll give you $2,000 in just a couple days when I meet the buyer. I said, no. But she put on their little evil.
And what did happen, sir?
Well, she got me to take out the $9,800 from my credit card
So
as
you
a cash
did loan
advance.
it to her?
I did. Yes, I did.
All right, so you loaned her the $9,800.
The cash advance.
And then what?
I expected to get the money in a few days, but I got another call to come over to her house. There was a problem with the jewelry. I come over to her house. She puts the buyer, supposed buyer, on the phone. The buyer says, deal's off. You only have 12 pieces of the jewelry. 50,000's off unless you can buy the other 3 pieces. So then she turns to me. I need more money from you. I said, I don't have it. So she went to a pharmacist and got the pharmacist friend to take out $10,000
off your credit card.
Off my credit card. Gave her $5,000, a check for $5,000, and he kept $5,000. And I pressed fraud charges on the pharmacist and her and got $10,000 back.
Okay, so what are you
and
missing?
It's down there. I just,
if you got the $10,000 back, you're missing $9,800?
Right.
All right, so what has happened?
Okay, what happened is that she called me the next day, that'd be June 9th, and by now she supposedly was supposed to have all the jewelry and saw the buyer. She calls me Saturday morning, wakes me up, come and meet the buyer. Come over now and I'll give you the money right now. So I come over to her house. She shows me the jewelry. We go to meet the buyer. She throws it in the trunk. She asks me to drive because she's not feeling well. So I drive for her. She says, go here, make a right, go forward, until we finally get to this parking lot across the street from Knott's Berry Farm. And at that point, she calls the buyer, and the buyer says, I'm in traffic, it's gonna be another hour. Anyway, we went and had lunch. So after lunch, we went back to the car. I go to open the car. She says, no, check the trunk. I go, what are you talking about? No, let's check on the jewelry, check the trunk. And there's a problem with the jewelry, no jewelry.
What do you do in response?
I said, we have to make a police report immediately. It's the only way we're gonna get the money back. Huh?
Did you make a police report?
Yes.
Did the police interview both of you?
She refused. She would not
so
make it.
So the police never spoke to both of you?
The investigator said that he did not believe what she was saying, did not believe her intentions or her actions.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Let me hear from you.
Yes, first of all, I do not borrow money from him. He saw I have a lot of jewelry. He wanted to be partner. I asked him to be my bodyguard, to come to my house and take me to see the buyer and help me to handle, to catch the money from the buyer. He put the jewelry in the trunk. I drive the car. It's about few blocks. I have a telephone from the buyer. They said they will be late in a couple hours. So I asked him, okay, let me take you out for lunch. But he said, Teresa, can I ride your car? I said, yes. He ride around, and he ride into Knottberry Farm, Judge. He ride inside the Knottberry Farm. I was shocked. I said, why Knottberry Farm? I don't want to go to Knottberry Farm. I know we have few hours. So he doesn't give me the key. He put the key in the pocket. So I said, okay, I think, okay, he ride a car. So after lunch, we sit 1 hour. The security tell us the trunk will open.
And the
everything
jewelry's
disappear.
Gone. All right, and the jewelry's gone. That's your point?
Yes.
All right,
yeah,
when did you all contact the police? What is that?
I have a security from the...
No, you hand me what I asked you for.
Plaintiff Mike Brunn says he was friends with the defendant, but she turned out to be a deceitful con artist who scammed him out of nearly $20,000.
What did the police say when you contacted them about the jewelry?
Yes, I'm finished. He's come inside the car.
Did you speak to the police?
No.
You never spoke to the police?
Because at the time I talked to the police.
You never spoke to the police?
Yes.
You did?
No. No.
Yes? No. All right. Ma'am, the police are quoting you right here. You already had a buyer but needed additional cash, you told the police. The police did interview with you. You just told me you never spoke with them.
Oh,
and in fact, you talked about the $9,800. And he also provided me with a receipt where he gave you $9,800. You're lying. Have a good day, sir. Judgment for the plaintiff. Yours is dismissed. Hey, you were wrong about her conning me. I have been around.